Mr. Chairman, number one, brief opening statement here. If you're really serious about countering China, and we all are, you have to show up. You have to show up and offer to people in the world an alternative to Belt and Road.
Yeah.
This program, the DFC, is sort of like the best thing we have going for us right now. And $1 billion, it should be multiple times that. And what the chairman is trying to do, and no matter who wins in 2024, we're going to be partners on this issue. Senator Sheen's been great. All of our colleagues up here sort of get that you're not going to compete with China through a lens of isolationism. Why are we spending money over there? Well, because people over there affect the quality of life over here. If you want to stop illegal immigration, let's improve the quality of life in places where people are coming from. If you forgot 9/11, which was over there, I haven't, taking your eye off the ball can really lead to a lot of money and lives being lost. So without some soft power, as General Mattis said, you better buy a lot more bullets. Because if you don't show up and turn things around before it's too late, you wind up getting sucked into military conflict, or you lose influence in a world that China is trying to dominate. So the equity aspect of this makes perfect sense to me, Mr. Chairman. The goal is to run this more like a business. We have the former ambassador to Japan here. We are going to have to redesign and reimagine foreign assistance. The MCC, the DFC, the fragile state approach, the food security conservation fund, where you're having the private sector put serious money involved and the government partners up, is the only way to get outcomes. So I want to applaud you, Mr. Chairman. You're trying to make this program more efficient, to get a better return on taxpayer dollar, and equity investment should be allowed. I'm worried about the World Bank income classification being our guide, taking areas of the world off the table that it's in our strategic national security interest to be involved in. It should be about what's best for us. It's not what the World Bank does in terms of income rating, so I'd like to change that. To my colleagues here, don't tell me about how tough you're on China if you're going to let Ukraine fail. You're not. If you don't see the need to support Ukraine then related to China, you're missing a lot. Don't tell me we're going to be tough on China if you don't have something like the DFC to compete with the Belt Road Initiative. So this subcommittee, I think, has done really good work in this space. President Bush started it. President Trump continued along these lines. Even though he cut the account dramatically, these are one of the programs he saw value in. And I want to support President Biden's effort to grow the footprint here. So the bottom line for me is that this is a program worth investing in at a higher level, taking some of the limitations off the program to get maximum benefit should be our goal in 2024. And I'll end with one question, basically. Mr. Nathan, is China your chief competitor in the spaces that you deal in through the DFC portfolio? And what would happen if this program went away vis-a-vis China's ability to influence the world at a greater level?
Senator, thank you for the question, and thank you especially for your comments before that. I wholeheartedly agree with what you said. So it's clear in the markets where we operate, China is the major actor, the major source of finance through the Belt and Road Initiative, through their development banks, the offering of finance at terms that often end up creating problems for the countries down the road that accepted them. It's clear you can't blame countries for looking for financing to build their economies and support the infrastructure in their countries, but it often comes with strings attached or is inappropriate, poor quality. What we do at DFC is different than what China does. There are many reasons for that. The first is we support the private sector. I'm a strong believer that the best engine for alleviating poverty around the world is a robust economy and a robust private sector. We also adhere to extremely high standards. We're offering projects that countries want, that are appropriate for their local conditions and their laws, that have passed through very important screening for labor conditions, environmental standards, for know your customer. We care about corruption. These are things where we offer something not only that's a choice, but that is different and I believe is better. And if we weren't on the playing field, I hear this all the time when I travel, that countries are impatient. They obviously are looking to support the welfare of their people, but they want a diversity of relationships.